Well, hi, folks. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana Weather, bringing you the latest long-range forecast update here. We've been spoiled the past day or so, waking up to temperatures in the upper 50s around the area, much lower humidity. That's been nice. That's a refreshing change of pace, but unfortunately, well, it is August. You're not expecting that it's going to stay around forever. We wish it would, but it's not. Unfortunately, that muggy pattern is back, and it's going to bring, of course, some hotter weather with it as well. Let's get right into the video here, folks. First off, Tuesday not going to be too bad. It's going to be still a reasonably low humidity today, but you will notice later into the afternoon hours that humidity will start building. In fact, as we go into your overnight hours on Tuesday into Wednesday morning, we're not going to drop back into the 50s, probably going to drop back into the upper 60s, some places even closer to 70 again. So you're going to feel it by the time you wake up on Wednesday morning. That humidity is going to be back. It'll be a gradual increase over the day, but still a pretty decent sunshiny with a few clouds day, much like yesterday, just with a little bit more humidity. Rain starts to build back in here potentially, though, as we head into Wednesday. Here's what the NAM model is saying that as far as its future radar is concerned. It does want to bring some showers to our west, and you can see the flows kind of here out of the southwest with this. But as it comes to our area, we've still got dry air, and so you notice here that this would be by about 8 p.m. tonight. Maybe some showers down here by Paducah, but as it moves into our area, our dry air just absolutely eats it alive. That will help to saturate the air up a little bit, so I don't really think that we've got anything to worry about rain concerns tonight. But there will be some waves that move our way. Again, they'll probably get eaten alive, at least these first rounds. Then as you head into Wednesday, there's a chance that you've got some storms going on up to our north there. Some of those might reach down here into southern Indiana, but it's not looking likely. It looks like the better chances are up to our north. But after you get into the afternoon hours, there might be some things that move through. Again, it's going to be pretty spotty in nature. I wouldn't go with more than a 30% chance at this point. Unfortunately, it's just the chances are going to be there, but it's not going to be big chances. And then as you go into Thursday, there's a better chance that you might see some showers roll through Wednesday night into Thursday. But you notice just a little wave after wave as you move through here. And then as you go Thursday night into Friday, there's another wave. There's a little disturbance moving through here. So it's not going to be an all-day rain or an all-night rain by anything. It's just going to be a little spotty chance here. Probably not more than a 30 to 40% chance either time. So nothing major to write home about. But unfortunately, those rain chances are going to last for days. High pressure that's been large and in charge of us is moving off to the east now. And as I put the GFS here in motion, that's what you're going to see. Here is Tuesday night, tonight rather here, and as you head into Wednesday, here's what you notice is that those rain chances start to come back. Of course, it comes back with the potential here of a cold front that's going to move into the area. If I sort of draw it on the map here, there's your cold front coming down like this, and it's going to sort of race towards us this way. It's going to eventually be sort of blocked by this high pressure that's over here. It's going to put the brakes on it, but we're not looking for a heavy deluge of rain like what we saw the last time that we had this kind of setup. Thankfully, high pressure will move off. But as that front moves through, it will move through a little bit slower. It's racing towards us, but it's going to start inching there a little bit. But it's going to bring daily rain chances to us here. And what you see is that high pressure still, it's moved off a little bit to the east, but it's not really budging that much. And, well, what you're going to see here is as you move through this is you've got pretty much little bits of green. This is accumulated precipitation over the 6-hour increments that are on this model. So you've got small chances of precipitation, but what's going to happen is eventually that front's just going to give up and fade off the map altogether because of high pressure to our east. You'll still have plenty of dry times in this, but even Saturday you've got high pressure large and in charge up to our north. Should make for a mostly nice day, but you've got some small chances that afternoon moving in here according to this. Some chances there on Sunday as well, then some chances coming in on Monday. There's Tuesday with some chances of rain. Here's Wednesday with some chances of rain. You come into Thursday, there's chances of rain. There's Friday, and there's some chances of rain around the area. Wash, rinse, repeat. You get the idea. Look what's going on down here in the Gulf, though, as you get later into the forecast period. This is something that we're really going to have to watch and could have a pretty big effect on our weather. The modeling is wanting to take this little disturbance out of the Atlantic and blow it up into a pretty decent sized little hurricane here. The current GFS from the overnight wants to recurve it out to see That's a good thing, but again, we don't know where it's really going to go at this point. Let me show you it. It's not named yet. Right now, the Atlantic is cooking out there. You've got tropical storm, which now is actually tropical depression, Fiona. That's going to recurve out to sea. There will be no danger to us. You've got newly formed tropical storm Dascon. He's probably going to become a pretty good-sized hurricane, but he's actually going to move in this direction and move out to sea. Should be no danger to us. Our little disturbance, Invest 99L, is his official name at this point, is over here. He is not named yet. Well, she, by according to the next name. The next name on the list is Hermione, so this is probably going to become Tropical Storm Hermione at some point. National Hurricane Center giving it a 60% chance of forming that hurricane there within the next 2 days, the next 48 hours there. But let me show you what's so troubling about this. If you just take a look at where the modeling tracks are showing this. So here we are at it right now, and just look at it pointing right to the southwest portion of the United States. This is one that could potentially make landfall. All right, so this is all of the different major hurricane models that you see here. That's what all these are for. If you take a look at some of the others, though, here is the GEPS, which is the Canadian ensembles. And look at this. It's a direct landfall, according to them. And watch this. Watch what this does. Not only is it a direct landfall for them, but look at this. Comes right up on the coast. Some of them even take it like this and come up right through us. Now, if that's the case, folks, this could make some major rain maker for us again, and we could get another deluge. So again, this is why I say this is one that we have got to watch. We just don't know where this is going to happen yet, but we're going to have to watch this. There's absolutely no doubt about that. GFS ensembles here are showing something similar as well. They don't have it tracking up through our area yet, but you see a very similar system with that. The black line is the mean here, taking it up through here, but you notice some of these individual members, well, they're looking like they want to take it back up. So it is certainly possible that that we most certainly could have that. I would say anywhere in Florida is possible for a landfall, and if it goes out into the Gulf of Mexico and recurves, we could be in with it as well. All right, and the modeling does take it to pretty intense, a decent intensity, pretty much almost everything, taking it to at least a tropical storm status, but some of them taking it up to a Category 1 status. One of the models here even taking it up to almost a Category 4 status here as you go out in time. So this is something that we're going to have to watch closely. We haven't had a major landfalling hurricane in a while here in the United States. The Atlantic Ocean's been pretty quiet, but it is heating back up now, and as you can see, 3 storms out there currently at the moment, and this is the one right here that we're going to have to watch. All right, let me show you why this is going to be so important to watch, and we'll kind of end here. Excuse me, folks. What you got going on here is a big old ridge of high pressure down here into the south. All right, and this is going to sort of stick around here, and that's going to also do several things. One, it's going to pump that southwest flow back. That's going to pump the heat and humidity back into the area. Watch this. Watch as it just sort of sits there and spins there in the southeast, and so that's going to pump that heat and humidity and that warmer air back into us. That's going to give us those daily rain chances that I talked about. The heat is going to return with it, but because it sits there, basically, let me come back here a little bit. I want to show you basically what this is going to do. Whenever you've got a hurricane moving in potentially from over here like this, you've got basically 2 ways that it can go. It's not going to be able to make an impact up in here. This is pretty much closed for business according to. Okay, let me, my apologies here, learning a new tool on this and it's not working very well. But all right, let me do this, changing colors on here. All right, so what you notice then, you basically got 2 options. This ridge of high pressure, remember, goes clockwise around it. All right, so what you have is 2 options. Hermione's, if it's named, you're going to have to go out to sea this way, or it's going to have to go under that ridge. Modeling right now is saying it goes under that ridge, and so basically what you have got going on here is Hermione going like this. As the ridge starts to retreat out here, then that would allow this to be sucked up in and move up. So there is a danger for us that this could be a pretty significant little weather maker well into the future. Now this is not anytime soon. It'll take several days to get here, because if you notice what's really going on here, all right, If you notice what's really going on here and you go back up to the modeling, let's just take a look at this for example. The modeling is taking this to about hour 168 as you head out here. All right, and some of the others, let's go back out to here. This is this is hour 216 when it's up into our area or making here. That's significant. That's significantly far out there. That's a lot of hours into the future. All right, so this is not going to be anytime soon. This is 8-10 days potentially into the future, roughly, that we are looking at it. So keep that in mind. There is a possibility that by the time we be close to the end of August, as we begin September, we could have a pretty wet scenario coming through if everything works right. It's all going to depend on how this southeast ridge decides to interact. If it decides to play nice with us, and let's say, just for example, that the southeast ridge decides to set up shop right about here, it could potentially force this hurricane out and say no thank you, or it could force it to go more straight like this and to recurve this way. If the hurricane, if it decides, well, let's retreat off here, it could suck it right up in. So the positioning of this southeast ridge is going to be everything. It could be our friend when it comes to this, or it could be our foe when it comes to this. But either way, I think the Gulf Coast or the Atlantic coast here are pretty safe because of this ridge. Florida, though, not so safe. So if you have friends there in Florida, or if you got vacation plans heading down to Florida over the next several days, I would monitor the conditions there. And of course, I'll keep an eye on it here because, as I said, could have an eventual impact on our area. Again, we certainly don't need any more rain. We are well above normal, and we've got a pattern coming up where we're going to have little spotty showers here and there, so we don't need any more. All right, folks, we'll end on this. Here is the latest raw data from the GFS ensembles, and you can see the heat and humidity. The heat, rather, is returning with the humidity. So not a bad day on Tuesday as we start off with temperatures in the low 80s, but we progressively climb after that. We got a return to the 90s most likely around the area, and then as we head later into the time frame, that's when we start going down back into more comfortable territory again. But we will see. All right, folks, that is it for this update. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite for Southern Indiana Weather. Have a great day, folks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you for the next update.